Hey everyone, we're gonna do some preparation here for this BMW M340i, which we're doing a clear bra on the full front. And so enjoy, you'll see our process. I'll talk you through it a little bit. So what we're doing right now is this car has a factory um, ceramic coating of sorts, and so we need to remove that because we don't want it to be too slippery to install the film. So on the edges, I'm using a Meguiar's compound to sort of scuff up the edges. Not like damage permanently, but it's going to scuff it up. You're not going to be able to see it once the clear bra goes on. And then I'm going to come back through with a surface prep spray called Grab. That's going to make the edges significantly stickier, which is what we want. Once we're done with the hood, we'll put this up on blocks probably. I'm kind of short, so unfortunately it can be harder for me to reach the hood if it's already up on blocks. If you have it stick too much in the wide open areas, it can actually um, create what's called tack marks. We don't want that, so we're just doing it on the edges. I actually want it to glide over the main surface of the car. It leads for a cleaner install. We only really care about the edges sticking per se. It will stick well enough in the main areas of the car where it won't be an issue. So like this can be waxed, for example, here, and that's okay. We'll be doing good portion of this black grill piece here. And you can kind of see here we're doing every edge where we know the edge is going to be at the edge of the, kind of redundant there, but every edge on the paint where we know the edge of the film is going to rest. I want to make sure there's none of this factory ceramic coating left. And you know how that is. If you've bought a new vehicle recently, you know that the dealership is all about putting stuff on your vehicle, whether you want it or not. And if you hear that noise in the background, that's our large air filtration system going. Now these edges are all going to wrap underneath the car, so I feel a rock chip already underneath. So you won't have to worry about that anymore because we're going to take care of them on that. You can see everything everything we're doing here is just to make sure that that installation goes really smooth or as smooth as possible. Make sure that our client has the least amount of lifting as possible. Of course, we always trim up lifting if it ever happens, but we want to try to minimize that from happening at all. So this extra step, maybe not extra, but required probably would be a better term, if we know it has ceramic coating, which typically dealership ceramic coatings are pretty poor quality. They get wholesale, and so, it's not the same as our coatings. They don't last as long, and a lot of times they'll come off the car even, as we're washing it, or, maybe it's already gone by the time it gets here, but. And, the compounding, polishing off of ceramic coatings, that's the way you would remove it, regardless of the type of coating it is. So that's why one of the reasons we don't want people to go through a car wash after ceramic coating or clear bra is because the abrasive nature of the car wash brushes will kind of do what we're doing right now, and it will remove the coating, which we obviously don't want. And we like to wrap edges here, so we're going to get the inside edge of the fender. Sorry about that, our gimbal didn't like that. Bump the gimbal. So we're going to wrap this edge right along here, which, you know, it's going to make it look like a cleaner install. And that's realistically, that's the area we don't want to lift the most, is where we wrap that edge. This color, if you're wondering, is called Brooklyn Gray. It's BMW's Dolphin Nardo Gray. You know, it's kind of a popular color these days. One of the reasons we can afford to be so aggressive as we rub this, and not, you know, we're not worried about scratching the paint because, well, first of all paint gets scuffed up when you're doing clear bra. That's, you know, it's pointless to polish the paint because part of the preparation involves squeegeeing the water off right before we go to install it. And that's going to scuff up the paint a little bit, but it's going to be not that significant, and it's going to be hidden by the clear bra. The clear bra adhesive will fill in those scratches. Okay, so the edges are pretty rough, so to speak. And we are going to unlock the car. You want to turn the wheel just a bit back to center here. And one of the other things we have are these wheel covers, which we get from dirty-tools.com. Custom with our logo on it. And this prevents us from accidentally touching the wheel or tire with a piece of film and getting the film dirty, which we don't obviously want to do. Once film gets dirty on the underside, on the adhesive side, it's a crapshoot whether or not you're going to be able to save it. We don't want to do that, or we don't want to have to deal with that. Towel. I use these towels from a company called Auto Fiber. They are zero lint, so That's important because the lint can also get under the film. We don't want that. Then we gotta lift up the film, and it's such a hassle. We also have a piano black film, which we might use on these mirrors, actually. And that's from a company called S-Tech. Our piano black mirror, so having a piano black film on top might be just fine. So we're going to use our Grab Edge Prep spray. I can feel it. It almost feels sticky. It's good. That film ain't going anywhere. Also going to do it in this valley down here in the paint. Just to make sure it sticks in there. Buff off the residue. And this is not an adhesion promoter, which leaves residue. It's not like that. It's a product made specifically to basically remove anything from the surface of the paint. I'm going to actually buff that area. I really want to make sure it lays down right there. The film, there's like a bend right here. We'll let that dry. Over here, we're going to do the same thing. Kind of a tedious process, but sounds like it's tedious, but really it speeds up actually the process. So because you're not fighting with the film during the install, and so we want that film. We want it to lay down and stay down, and that's one of the places that we could see being an issue. And another time, sometimes it'll also be an issue up here around the headlight. Water gets trapped in there and lifts up the film. So we want to make sure that that area is nice and grabby, as is all these little ridges and curvature right here. That's going to be where the edge of the film is laying. We want that to stick. Again, not a adhesion promoter rather, but a surface, more of a surface prep. Big difference. If you've ever used 3M adhesion promoter or Pro Bond or whatever, it can really leave some residue behind. We're going to get underneath as well, because we know that's where the film is going to wrap underneath. There's a significant sized piece right there. And I get all here. Put this on. We'll just stick around, you know, sub to our channel so that you can see the final product. We always have professional videos done by If-What Media. Give him a check. Give him a little sub or a watch as well. He does great work. If you're in the Central Texas area and you need somebody to shoot film, he's your man. Gonna be a little joint right here, so we want to make that all stick together as well. This is pretty sticky. To be 100% honest with you, the surface prep spray alone would probably remove a dealership ceramic coating, but I don't want to take a chance that they potentially use something good and then it doesn't stick. And then we're going to do the hood. Oh, the other side of the hood, we already did half of it. Nice and sticky on the edge here. Stick the hood prop. Kind of keep the hood separated so we can wrap the edges once we get started. The next thing I want to do is I kind of want to just wipe this. I want to wipe the whole car down. Or actually, you know what? I'm going to blow out the edges here. With our little Tornador gun here. And what that is this is compressed air, and I'm going to use some soap and this is going to blow out the edges. And I'm filling it up from our hot water tank here, but it's going to blow out the edges, and it helps with any small amount of dust that we have, or road debris or something that's in the film, or sorry, in the cracks of the vehicle. You can see here we got this compressed air. It's going to blow out. I'm going to show you here in a second. We have a reel system suspended from the ceiling. So we already have our compressor on. I want to swap out to this. And you can use this to detail vehicles, but we really like it actually for blowing out air. David, yes, we are with Legend, and we're using Legend on this vehicle, and we're just prepping it all. We got some other people that are coming in, and so what I'm doing here is like one extra step just to make sure that there's no crack. You can use this really any crevice. This has really cut down our film debris. And then I also like to do the windshield cowl. I noticed is where I get a lot of, if you don't remember to clean this, it's easy because the film's going to hit this. It's easy to get a bunch of debris in there. It's also a helpful step because we were, compounding, and so sometimes there's a little bit of compound residue. I'll put this over here. We're going to be removing the emblem here eventually. And we'll get under there too before we start. It's important to remember too, we prep areas that aren't necessarily all going to get clear bra. You know, we're not going to, clear bra these little vent pieces, but you know, if a piece of film inadvertently touches that vent, we don't want it to get damaged. We got our zero lint towel from Auto Fiber. We don't touch anything on these vehicles with a regular towel. And typically, right before we start, we'll rinse it down one time with a pressure washer inside the shop, just to get any hairs or anything off the body. This is a pretty new car, but it's super important on older cars that have, all the road debris from years of use. So you can see it's a Brooklyn Gray M340i. Pretty nice color. We did an X4 in this color recently. Hopefully my microphone is canceling out this louder noise. That's pretty much it. We're almost prepped. We got to go print patterns now. I don't like to print patterns until the car is actually in the shop, just because things happen and people cancel or get involved with something else, and then we're stuck with printed material. So thanks for watching, David. I appreciate you, man. We're gonna take off and do some printing.